There was a little house right off Broadway, with a new car each week parked in the driveway. And all the kids there would speculate on who their daddy would be for the day. I say kids because it's not only girls. See, in America we think sex slave and immediately assume the individual being used has vagina and boobs. No way. Little boys are abused, torn and consumed, locked in a room, beaten and bruised. Little girls hear this happen and they know that they're next, so they slit at their wrists and they hang from their necks. Often you'll find them wrecked in the head, psychologically disturbed or many times dead. Because kids in this life never learned what love was. They're just used and spit out. Some have never been hugged. They've never driven a car, but can draw from a spoon. Never sat in a class, but know how to assume the positions they're taught by some guy called a John. They know nothing about religion, but they cry out to God. Their track marks are real at the age of 13. It's the only escape for a kid, and I mean, can you blame them? Their lives are a horrible dream, so they numb with the drugs, coke dreams, and smoke screens. See, Jesus said in the Gospels, "Let them come to me, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." So I ask with a pain in my heart for these kids, where is the church in the midst of this shit? Are we distracted by light systems and pretty events? When our church budgets grow, do our salaries lift with? Or does the overflow run straight into missions like this? Missions for kids. Could you imagine the pain for a child like this? Now, I'm not saying the church never donates to the cause. I'm not saying you're damned if you're not involved. I just mean if you preach from the gospel of love, I would hope that your heart would break from this stuff. Now, let me be honest, full transparency. I had a problem with porn until I could see that sex trade is fueled by the porn industry. Now you won't see naked girls on my screen. See, guys have grown up being told we deserve it, and girls now grow up being told they should twerk it. And we don't seem to realize we're building a culture that makes acceptable what God says is vulgar. So the next time you close all the blinds in your room, make sure no one's home and begin to consume your usual programming of hot, steamy sex. Remember this video and play it instead. Don't support industries that lead to sex greed. Instead, promote industries that lead to slaves freed. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging or condemning. I'm simply observing our actions while predicting the ending. Did you know 2 million children are being bought and sold right now? Life expectancy of 7 years. Ask me how. Murder, abuse, even HIV, overdose, suicide, sexually transmitted diseases. So consider for one moment if this were your child. If it had been years since the last time they smiled. If their hope is gone, family memories distant. Would you simply scroll past, or would you make a difference?